You know, sometimes I see an album commission, I squint at it, and I look into the mirror, and I ask God what cruel thing I did in a past life to receive this commission. And then I realize I got paid for it, so fuck it, we ball. Welcome to A Random Does Music, where today we're doing a commission review for the album OwO What's This by Hentai Dude. You can thank Eduardo for this over at Avenging Marlin 4. Here's a Twitch link, go check him out. Yeah, he's the one who commissioned it. This album falls somewhat into comedy, so the review process here is going to be the same, but keep in mind that just like any album I review, I look at it in the vein of the genre that it sits in. So if this album does shock, comedy, and flow well, then it's going to be rated well. And there's no real way to walk into this album, so let's just jump through the wall with this first track. I didn't expect rap going into this, but that was exactly what hit me with the introduction, Tokyo Chop. The lyrics here are, well, interesting to say the least, but as I noted in the first part of this video, I'm reviewing this based on how it relates to the intended genre and audience, and there's an obvious comedic impression given off here. And I think that this track kicks things off well in that respect, with the ability to combine a pretty enjoyable flow with lines that made me essentially stop and snore air out of my nose and turn, a little like type deal. Shock comedy is 100% the goal, and here with this song, and this song definitely hits shock comedy with one of the first topics in this album being discussed is good old early 2010s anime trope, guy wants to fuck his sister. While it's definitely a not so great topic to touch on, there's the inherent catchiness within the song that keeps your attention, along with the, of course, shocking lyrics, but it's not enough to distract from the initial shock that some lines give you. Although I do feel like that level of shock is essential with this song. Now I just want to say I don't support that kind of fucking anime idea or trope or whatever, just obligatory and obvious, like, hey, don't fuck your sister. But if we're looking at it in a critical sense with the music here, it's being done well. There's a certain ability being put in, being shown off here to make you pay attention to the song, and as well have backup elements such as the instrumental beats here that keep you listening for more than just the initial, like, what did he say? The second track departs from pure stop eating your tracks comedy to more leveled out, balanced versions of it with OwO and Shoujo Contract. These two songs keep the same theme ideas with anime girls and the various sexual acts they're doing with Hentai Dude, but it's the third song, Shoujo Contract, that got me thinking about something very interesting. The anime elements add an undeniable flair to things, and it's funny to think about, but he manages to link together the references, Japanese terms, and themes in a way that does a good job of capitalizing on the concept in more than just a base way. Being catchy while still sticking to your central idea, whether it's a serious concept or something out of a doujin, makes for some surprisingly interesting bars. Well, I can say that last part for the majority of the album, concerning lyrics that keep you guessing and are generally enjoyable, we have to talk about the beats and instrumentals on this album and how they're largely unimpressive outside of a couple of songs, with a couple good transitions such as in Hentai God. Rap in its many forms can either have intense bars or boring ones with no in between, and I found very few times where I was able to take anything interesting away from the sounds making up the background of those bars. The only time I found anything that stood out as impressive whatsoever was with Hentai Freestyle, which was just a parody ripoff of T. Wayne. In fact, Moe Ride is another direct parody, with Nelly's Ride With Me being the focal point this time around. The entire last part of the album honestly suffers from a lack of the initial originality the first part had, which is weird because it's still a parody and comedy album. It just picks and chooses how much it wants to go with that idea, whenever it wants to, which makes it suffer somewhat. If this was an entire album using late 90s and early 2000s influenced beats and rip-offs, for lack of a better term, that'd be one thing, same as if it was just all bass rap with some anime influence, but the 50-50 take does not make it stand out or be as impressive as it could have been if it just stayed on one side of the fence. All in all, this album surprised me, genuinely gave me a shock with one song in particular, which is always welcome in terms of listening to an album, something to take me out of my element in a positive or negative way. It really shows me how to critically divulge and dissect an album as a whole. It just doesn't go fully into things in any of the respects it delves into, thus making it more of a mid-experience. So, for those reasons, OwO What's This, which is still a hell of an album name, by Hentai Dude, gets a 6.8 out of 10. And that's the review. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. I will say, if you want some, better anime-influenced rap, there's this artist whose name I can't remember right now, but I'll try and put a picture of on the screen right now. He does songs like Tomboy Girls and some shit and other. It's good shit. I listen to it, but it usually comes down to my YouTube autoplay instead of me actually going out to find it, so it just kind of ends up there. So go check that out. I hope you're having a good day. Hope you're staying hydrated. I'll see you next time.